tell them to tell me where it say that homosexuality is a sin in the Bible. Point me to a verse. That's what I would tell them, because they can't. And then I feel like with my generation, we kind of got away from that. You know, we got away from God. I think it's not intentional, you know, but I think the boomers put too much emphasis on church. And that's not godly.
Yeah.
You know, because Jesus, when he went to the church, he had a problem with the church. You know, your church is within yourself.
Yeah.
It's within your community. It's what you're showing to others. It's how you're leading by example. So you don't have to necessarily go to church to be a good person. You know?
I agree.
And the Bible say to, out of everything else, do it out of love. If you don't do it out of love and you're doing it out of clout, or you want, you know, a tax break or something like that, then that's not doing it out of love. That's doing for benefit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think people need to also, you know, figure out where they want to lead. Are you going to do it based on the Bible? It don't even have to be the Bible. It could just
be a good person. Yes. and want your family to be good. You want your family to eat. You don't want them worrying about certain things. And I do believe, you know, that God is the head. You know, you got to go God, the man, the woman, and then.
I agree.
But lately, we've seen a lot of churches go under because of all this scandal. And the preachers are cheating, and then people are stealing. Do you think that's what's driven a lot of people away from the church?
Yes. And we saw a bunch of hypocrites in the church.
That's right.
A bunch of them.
That's right.
Almost the whole. We saw the ladies gossiping about each other. We seen them come home and get drunk. We seen them come home and beat their wife. You get what I'm saying? They had wife in it. So what you portrayed in church and what you're doing at home, it don't match.
That's right.
So I think that is why we kind of stepped away from the church. I mean, we could get back to it. I think they got the mega churches now.
They do, yeah.
But what are you getting from that?
Yeah.
Just the point of saying I'm at church.
I'm at church,
on Sunday.
Yeah.
But whatever works for you, some of that works for people. I know my mom is a person who needs to go to church for that spiritual, you know, thirst or
that refill.
But me personally, the church is gonna affect my relationship with God, and I don't want that. Just because based on how I grew up, and not all churches are like that. But listen, the history of these Christian churches, the history of these Catholic church, not even just y'all taking money from people.
Yeah,
y'all messing with other women.
Oh yeah,
you know,
children.
What I mean? Yes.
Yeah, it's
taking money from the church.
Do you think this always happened though, and we're just now seeing it because of technology and social media? It's being exposed a little more now. Yep. It's always happened.
Yep, it's always happened. Yeah, it's definitely been exposed now because of social media.
But how do you trust someone to lead you in a spiritual realm, and you know that they've done that? I mean, they've got these charges that are being brought against them, but they still expect you to follow that same. Well, it ain't the person; it's the church.
It's the church, right? No.
How do you separate that?
You gotta have your own personal relationship with God. Because once you have your own personal relationship with God, then nothing else can take that. We can't break that from you. So, yeah, it could have been just this one person, or it could have been the church. How did the church go about covering it up? Did y'all expose them? Did y'all make sure they went to jail for their crimes? You get what I'm saying? Because even taking from the church, taking money.
That's right.
But most of the time, they just cover it up. You know what I mean? They don't, you know, really do anything that's illegal to make us feel better about what they did. But it's definitely been that's what church was really built on, is I'm going to enslave these people. I'm going to give them God. I'm going to tell them, you know, you're a slave because God told you to be. It's like, that's really how Christianity, Jesus never said he was a Christian. God never said you're supposed to pick a religion. And then within Christianity, you got Lutheran, Methodist, AME. I don't know the difference between none of that.
But why are so many Christians, why do they think that their way is the only way? Like, and they haven't taken the time to study other religions. And I mean, I studied it in college, and they call him, their God, a different name, but it's the same.
It's the same God.
It's the same.
Yeah, and they all say the same thing.
Yeah.
They all talk about love.
Yeah.
The Quran talk about love. The Hindu people talk about love. But Christianity is about control.
Yes.
I don't know too much about the Quran and how they feel about, but I know with Christianity, they use that Bible to control you. So me growing up, they were like, oh, you know, you're supposed to act a certain way because you're the pastor's daughter. Or you're supposed to do this because you're the pastor's daughter. But the God ordained my daddy. He's still working on me. So what they say about PKs, I feel like that's why preachers' kids act the way they do. So
they call preachers' kids PKs?
PKs, yeah, PKs. They always say we're bad.
Did you have a lot of pressure on you, though, whenever your dad was a preacher? Did you, you couldn't do this and you were expected to?
Couldn't go trick-or-treating, couldn't watch Harry Potter, I Dream of Jeannie, because all that was witchcraft. I think the first time I went trick-or-treating, I was like 10, But, boomers were also not playing with us. So us riding the bike with our kids, us being involved, going to parent-teacher conferences, they weren't as involved with our upbringing as we are with our kids. Yes. We all up in their business.
Yes.
I'm like, Life 360 exists because boomers did not watch it. They were not watching us. I was in the creeks. I was doing a whole bunch of stuff as a child that I wasn't doing.
Yeah.
My son can't even go up the block by himself. You go to that end of the street and you stay right there so I can see you. But your mom, did she watch you?
No, we were all in, like you said, all in the creeks, all in the woods, and made our own paths.
They had a commercial to remind boomers, hey, y'all got kids.
Yeah.
Do y'all know where your kids are at? So it is a generational thing.
Yeah.
My daughter said I got beef with the boomers, but I try to give them the benefit of the doubt because they were raised in a situation where segregation was still a thing.
Yes.
Where integration was still a thing. And my parents, yours too, from the South, right?
Yeah, from the South.
From the South. So it was different for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They really had to tolerate a lot more than we did.
And they had to raise themselves a lot. They had to be very independent because their parents were working.
Yep.
So the oldest daughter or son had to make sure that they were the mama to the younger kids.
A lot of alcohol was involved with them too. You know what I mean? A lot of them had alcoholic parents, abusive either to their mom or to them. I didn't necessarily. I mean, all of us got beings, millennials and Gen X. That was like a normal part of life. But we don't really do that with Gen Z. Yeah. And I don't know if it's good or bad. Yeah,
that's a whole nother topic.
Because we survived them beatings and we were just fine. Okay,
but now you can't even say anything to them or raise your voice because they're like, oh.
Right, girl. These people was coming in the school and beating their tail in the classroom and sending them back in there.
That's right.
Yes.
All right, I want to talk a little bit more about the Bible. Has your understanding of scriptures changed over the years?
Yes, very much so. Like that whole Adam and Eve thing.
Yes.
They talk about it as being the beginning of life, the creation of it. My understanding is that God gave man a chance to do it by himself. And he couldn't do it. So he created a woman and called us the helpmate. We don't mind being the helpmate. We just want y'all to understand that y'all need the help. And we're not saying that you need the help.
Yeah.
God said y'all needed it. God said
it wasn't us.
It wasn't us. We weren't even created. He created us for y'all.
Yeah.
So when men think that they're God's gift to women, that is so backwards. But I used to argue with that scripture too, because I would say, there's a lot of people will say that Eve was first because Black women were here on the earth and we gave birth to everything else. So I used to think that too, because there's a reason why you're pregnant for 9 months. And we give birth to men all the time. So at a scientific level, I was like, well, Eve was probably here first. And she gave birth to the nation of people. And men couldn't handle, so women first.
Yeah.
But then if I'm taking it with the Bible, that makes sense. Because y'all needed some help. Y'all needed some help.
But in response to that, we're taught, unless I misunderstood it, we're taught he made Adam. And then immediately he made Eve.
Nope. Not immediately.
But, that's the way it kind of comes across.
Right.
Unless I misunderstood what they were teaching.
Because he created Adam. He told Adam, this is what your job is going to be. Tend to the field and name the animals. And then he was doing that. And it might be in the verse like that. You get what I'm saying? Where it seems immediate. But, 1 day for us, or 1,000 days, for us is like 1 day to God. You get what I'm saying? So it might seem immediate to us, but it wasn't. Because he gave Adam a chance to do the job that he gave him. And then God, and it said in the Bible, argue with the Bible, don't argue with me. It said in the Bible that God looked at Adam and realized that he needed somebody and that he was lonely. He said he was lonely and that no man is meant to be alone. I would create him a helpmate suitable for him. Also with the scripture about the liquor, the drinking.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that because in a lot of Christian churches,
Yep.
don't drink.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to smoke cigarettes because it's legal.
Right, yeah.
Don't do drugs.
Yep.
Oh, you didn't come to church, or
right.
Did you see what she had on? But what about all the gossiping, and what about the gluttony, and just pick and choose certain...
Right. I would ask a well-diverse Christian, where one time that Jesus went to the church, sat down and listened to the preacher, or the temple, whatever they call it in the Bible. Name one time that he's actually went in there and had a good time. Anytime Jesus went into the church, it was a problem. Probably used a few cuss words, knocking tables over, because they were making money off of the people. And what are they still doing to this day? Making money off their congregation, so they can live a good life. Jesus don't agree with that. But also, we say his first miracle. It's known for, his first public miracle. He changed the water into wine. Let's talk about this. They were partying for 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And Jesus' his mama came to him and said, son, we ain't got no more liquor. We need some more wine. And at first he was like, no, I'm not going to do it. But I guess he thought about it. Or his mama probably said some stuff. And he told her to bring her the water. And he turned the water into wine. That was his first miracle. I see that they was on that third day of drinking.
A little saucy.
Exactly.
A little
and his
fuzzy.
mama was like, we not ready to go home. And they were just celebrating a wedding.
Yeah.
A wedding. And she wasn't ready to go home. They weren't ready to go home. He made more wine so the party could go on. But when Christians say it, they just that whole point don't even matter.
No drinking.
Right. No drinking, but they get drunk.
But what happened?
And he even saying, I want to say it's in Timothy where it says 1 glass of wine is good a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's but they make it seem like no.
No wine at all, or sneaking in. Go buy this for me at the liquor store.
And not only that, he hung with an alcoholic. He hung with a prostitute. He hung with a thief. He hung with a person he knew was going to betray him. And what he do for him? Pray for him. He didn't judge them. He didn't kick them to the curb, you know what I mean? He didn't say, you can't hang with me because, you're a bad person, which is what Christians try to do. You could come in an alcoholic, they're going to talk, they might talk about you to your face. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're going to definitely talk about you behind your back, but they may talk, so it's not really a healing feeling. Some churches may get that, you know what I mean? So let me not put all of them in the same category. And I'm only talking about Christianity because I can't talk about the rest of them. I'm not a Catholic. I don't know nothing about that. But if we are talking about Catholics, they bite some of the worst ones too. Even with that though, Catholic and Christian, they teach the same thing, but they don't believe the same thing. Ain't that crazy? Mm-hmm. How y'all teaching out the same Bible and the same stories, but y'all not the same people?
Okay, so let me ask you another question based on the biblical. Most of the pastors that I've listened to in my 50 plus years, they kind of talk about the same stuff over and over. It's like nobody's discovered or been enlightened.
Yeah.
Now we've got access to all kinds of things. They found some tablets hidden overseas, and they revealed that there were some books that have been left out of the Bible and stuff like that. Do you think a lot of the preachers don't talk about that stuff because it is controversial and it's uncomfortable to talk about?
Yeah, and they probably don't know. They probably don't talk about it because they haven't really, if it's not, because like my parents, if it wasn't in the Bible, they weren't going to read it. Now my mom did. She says that the scriptures or the chapters that they didn't put in the Bible didn't mention God. So they didn't put it in there because it didn't have anything to do. Mm-hmm. But shouldn't we know about that evil too?
I would think
Shouldn't we know that everything is not good and gold? Shouldn't we know that the devil is going to tempt you? That the devil will tempt you with blessings that you might think is God, but you didn't pray for that. Mm-hmm. You didn't earn that. Faith without works is dead. Mm-hmm. So is that something that we should do? Not just teach them this one part and not teach them the other? The good and not the evil? Yeah. Because they show us a lot of evil in Christianity. As far as how they act, what they do. At one point, I used to think it was a fashion show because all the old school ladies,
with the hats and all that,
come in dressed to the T. Like, are we going to church or are we going to show or something. But that's what they did. That was their time to put it on.
Put it on because they didn't get dressed up any other time.
Right.
I do like the fact that now churches are a little bit more relaxed and you can go as you are, as what they say. But I remember my parents saying, you know, you can put your Sunday best on for the Lord, you know, stuff like that. But I think that was a little bit superficial.
And he never said that.
Yeah. I think that was a little bit.
So they'll put it as if it's a part of the Bible, but it's really just their opinion. And if it's enough of them to think like that, then you'll think like, oh, okay,
that's right.
Right. This is what God told me to do.
Yeah.
But did he tell you that?
Why do you think so many churches are against homosexuality? It's like they concentrate on that, and that's the only sin, that and murder.
Yeah.
And drinking.
Yeah. And sometimes the murder, they be like, oh, we kind of can't give you.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of them are homosexual.
Really?
I think a lot of them are homosexual. And I ain't gonna say his name, but the senator that just passed, I wholeheartedly think he was a homosexual. But because he is of that generation, it's shunned upon.
Yeah.
Once you get around to my generation, millennials, and definitely Generation Z, we do not care what you identify. Does it pay my bills? Is it going to help me in my life? But boomers cared. They cared if you were homosexual.
They cared about what people thought.
Yes.
Now a lot of them were homosexual.
Yep.
But they hid it because they didn't want to be shunned, like you said. They didn't want to be identified as that. And I remember growing up, there were very few gay people that
you knew of. Yeah, that was out. That were out. Because there was probably a lot of gay people. Yeah. But that were out. You know?
I mean, the ones that were gay, somebody was entertaining them that you just didn't know about.
Do you remember in Charlotte we had the DL detective called Markeith Rivers?
I think so, yeah.
Yes, he had like long hair. He's Samantha now.
Yeah.
He's got a sex change. But he was exposing
I remember that.
He exposed a pastor of a large church. He exposed a pastor.
The one that passed away?
I don't know if he passed away or not. Did he pass away?
I think so.
It was on White something. I can't remember the church. But he exposed, because, he came with videos, sex tapes.
Oh.
So, they couldn't say that he was lying. Mm-hmm. And he did it on purpose.
Because he had receipts.
Right. And it was people that you would not think that were gay that he was exposing. He felt like he was doing it because he felt like, how can you be this one way with your family, but that's not really who you are. Mm-hmm. And if you're bisexual, be bisexual. If you're gay, be gay. But don't be a liar. Don't be a liar.
Well, why are so many women more forgiving about homosexual people than men?
I think we got beef with straight men right now. Because I expect the straight man to protect me, but I know this gay man is going to protect me. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, if I'm out and I need help, I know this gay man is going to have my back. I think the straight man is going to have it. You know what I mean? Yeah. If he's not the one attacking us. Do we get attacked by gay men as a woman?
No.
Never. I mean, not never. I ain't heard of it.
Well, no, I don't think so.
No, it probably do, because I've seen some situations where they're not attacking them, but they look like they can. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to say, but most women who get stuff committed to them are from straight men.
That's right.
It's not even women committing crimes against each other. Most of the time. And it's usually somebody close to us. Yeah. You watch Dateline, usually a woman getting killed, and usually by their partner. Mm-hmm. So, and it's nothing but a gay man. You ever heard of lavender marriages?
Yes, I talked about that in one of my episodes. Mm-hmm. Yes.
I think
Tell me a little bit about what you know about lavender marriage.
Well, I know it started from, because homosexual wasn't accepted. So they would put on a show. So they would marry a woman who usually was gay too, mm-hmm. and they would marry a gay man, and then they would put on in public as if, this is our happy, but they were usually dating other people in their gender. Yeah. But for us, I think that it will work for a straight woman, because this gay man is going to know. I don't have to tell you I need a tire. Either you're going to put it on a tire or you're going to pay for it. And usually that's how they are. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Because this is what they expect. You know what I mean? I feel like it's more of a partnership because they're more in tune with their emotions. And it's not always anger. Now, it do be anger. At the end of the day, it's still a man, But they're more in tune with the different type of emotions that they experience, and they can communicate them a lot better than a straight man. And it's probably because of what they went through.
Yeah.
You know, trying to figure out if they were gay, and then trying to tell other people that they are. I have a person in my family, you know, that some people still don't accept it. But I tell them, listen, forget them. Forget them, you do you, because you're a good person. You get what I'm saying? And you don't need, you're independent and you're doing what you're supposed to do. If that's the only thing that they can say that's negative about you, is crazy.
But what about the people, Tasha, that say it's in sin and you're supporting sin? They're saying that we should discourage sin.
Well, I would tell them to tell me where it say that homosexuality is a sin in the Bible. Point me to a verse. That's what I would tell them, because they can't.
I mean, it existed in the Bible. They talked about it. You see all these pictures and stuff that from back then, drawings on caves and stuff.
Yeah, so show me a verse. Not what, you know, that whole, because they like say, oh, a marriage is seen as one man and one woman. Okay. But show me where it says homosexuality is a sin.
Yeah.
Show me one verse. I wish somebody would to shut me up. Just shut me up. You know what I mean? Because I be looking for it too.
Yeah.
So just shut me up. Show me one verse where it says that that's a sin. Or is it something we created as people?
That's a good way to look at
it. Because interracial marriage was also illegal.
That's right.
You get me? So homosexuality, that was also illegal. You get what I'm saying? What is something else? Slavery was legal. You killing black people or
so it's twisted, right?
Yeah. So just because it's human law, don't make it God law.